This is Franklin, our newest board and train. He's about 3 years old, a little Pomeranian mix maybe. You can see he's giving some pretty nervous body language. There he snaps repeatedly, so that would actually be a level 4 bite. So repeated bites, pretty hard. It does hurt through the bite gloves, but thankfully they prevent puncture wounds. So Franklin struggles with being touched or with people reaching towards him with their hands. This can happen for a variety of reasons. A lot of times it happens because really cute dogs like Franklin, people always want to touch them. And if a dog feels uncomfortable, a lot of times they'll use their body language to show that they're uncomfortable. Like here, you can see he's panting really heavily. He's turning his head away from me. His eyes get really wide. His lips are long. So his warning is largely gone at this point. He has some, but people wouldn't expect that level of aggression with the warning signs that he just gave. There we go. There we see a little bit of turning away, some lip licking, also nervous signs. But it happens because people ignore those signs. And then when they bite like that, very often it's effective, right? People stop trying to touch them. So then dogs learn to not show those nervous signals anymore. And a lot of times they will go to biting. And then that reinforces the biting in turn, and the biting becomes harder and harder. So my goal is to make it so that he's not biting. So currently I'm just practicing not taking my hand away. And when he does give nice signals, here he's turning his head away. He's trying to go, okay, well, that makes me uncomfortable. That's when I can start relieving the pressure. You'll see that in the next little clip. This is just to see what his ultimate choice is when the hand doesn't go away. This is his intake day. So I only have the information that I was given by his previous owners. So here's our next little exercise. This is a fake hand. This is where I'm going to be doing essentially pressure and release. He has very little frustration tolerance. You can see lip licking, eyes got wide, head turning away. Those are all attempts at him to say, this is making me uncomfortable, please stop. If I turn the volume up, he also is growling a bit here, obviously showing some teeth. But if people just look at him, a lot of times they can't read body language. So they will keep going forward and ultimately they get bit. When they get bitten, they stop. And then for Franklin, that's a check for the biting being effective. So here we're essentially trying to undo a lot of learning, saying that the biting is in fact not effective. And what is giving those lower signals. So this is the same thing, first day that we had him. This is not even with me touching him. This is just with me being in the vicinity. But anytime I do brush up against him, he will snap. That time was good. So again, lots of nervous signals. He's trying to pretend like I'm not there. A lot of times people will see dogs ignoring either people or other dogs and think that, not really think about that at all, but that's really them saying, please, you're making me extremely uncomfortable. I'm sniffing the ground. I'm turning away. My eyes are wide. I'm yawning. All of those signs you'll see for dogs trying to explain to people that they really don't want to be touched. We're doing this in part because I need to see how far Franklin is willing to go with his aggression. So, slight touch. You can see how nasty that bite was right there. Right there, I just pick up on the harness just to add a slight consequence for him. And now, again, he's turning away. So, lots of work to do with this guy, but we'll work on him.